Oh yes.
So today we're making sheet pan nachos in my backyard, and that's because my kitchen is undergoing a very big remodel. So we're gonna adapt and make content out here. Super Bowl's coming up, and figured why not show one of my all-time favorite game day snacks. So our first step is gonna be browning the ground beef. Heat up some oil. I have about 1.5 pounds of 80/20 ground beef. So just break up the meat, let it cook. All right, so the meat is almost brown. We're gonna go in with the seasoning. I'm just gonna use packet taco seasoning. This stuff is cheap, convenient, and it tastes great. So obviously you can go in with your own spices, but this just saves a lot of time. Go in with the taco seasoning. I'm using about half of the packet, really just kind of eyeballing it, and just mix it all in. We're not done here yet. I'm gonna be adding a can of refried beans. Now you don't need to add any water or anything here. There's plenty of fat liquid in here, so just mix it in. All right, beans and meat fully incorporated. We're just gonna close this up and it's done. So our next step is the queso sauce. Now I'm a super indecisive person when it comes to food or literally anything. So I like to do both shredded cheese and nacho cheese. You get the best of both. Very simple. So to start off, we're gonna go in with equal parts butter, flour. I got 2 tablespoons here of each. Mix that in. Now we're gonna slowly whisk in the milk. Usually for this ratio, you want about a cup. And now we'll go in with the other half. So we're pretty much just heating this up and whisking it until it thickens. All right, I don't know if you can tell, but it's already getting nice and thick. So we're gonna go in with the seasoning here. We're actually gonna season this with taco seasoning. Now I've actually never done this before. We have more of this packet seasoning. Might as well use it. Seems like a no-brainer. So just a little bit of that. All right, now I'm gonna cut the... Just a little spill. It is thick. It's thick, it's warm. I cut the heat. We'll go in with our first cheese here. This is the spicy cheddar. About a cup worth, maybe a little less. And now I'm gonna go in with the second, which is the onion white cheddar. So I forgot to press record like a fool. I'm doing this alone, so forgive me, but I promise, once you mix it up, you're left with this beautiful queso. Now, if it's a little too thick, super easy. All you do, just add a touch of milk and it'll really loosen it up. Now, before we assemble the nachos, I'm gonna add a dash of milk and heat it up again. But there you have it. That looks good to me. We'll give it a little taste test here. So, homemade queso. I'm not gonna lie, needs a touch of salt, but very good heat level. It's tasty. I'm happy with it. Meat done, queso done. All that's left to do, cut up our toppings. And we're gonna squeeze some lime so they don't brown. All right, toppings are done. We can start working on the nachos. First step, before we assemble, we're gonna turn on our gas in the oven here. That'll help bake and get everything nice and melted. So we'll add our first layer of chips down, make sure it's evenly spread out. We're adding the ground beef. Try to get it as evenly spread out as possible. Pickled jalapeños, shredded cheese, both types that we used in the queso. Now we add more chips in the middle. Now I want this to kind of look like a mountain of nachos. So we're not gonna scatter it on the outside. It's gonna be primarily in the middle. So same process here. We're going in with the meat, more of the pickled jalapeños, more cheese. So this is just plain cheddar on top. And the last step before baking is gonna be the nacho cheese. These are ready for the oven. Whoa. You gotta make sure we turn them.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. So now we just layer on our toppings. Red onion, serranos, tomatoes, avocado. Gonna hit it with some crema. And we can't forget the cilantro. There you have it. Game day nachos. Let's give this a taste. These are banging. I'm losing sunlight. Give these a shot. Go Jets.